Same thing with the Panzer IV, getting a nice shot and pushing them back. Nice mine on the way out. Nice kill on the way out. God damn, that's why I love mines. But yeah, no escape. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17 bringing you another CH2 replay. This is a 3v3 on Red Ball Express. We got Raphael, Layla, and Spaceman versus Deathstroke, Misko, and Tofik. Two Brits and a Soviet, looks like of decent rank, or playtime, sorry. And we got, let's see, Spaceman, Layla, and Raphael being a little lighter in that regard. But still, playtime may not have a factor in this. Again, it could be just skill, and I don't know their current skill levels because I can't look that up. Yes, I will keep bringing that up. But if you would like to submit a replay with questionable skill levels, submit to greyshotproductions@gmail.com, and I'll gladly take a look at it. But otherwise, let's see. Again, we have, oh wow, we have an elephant. We have Fallschirmjägers. Plus, again, recon, and again, good support and defensive doctrines. Spaceman went lead armored, so good anti-armor and anti-infantry components to it. Misoko went tank hunter, so good anti-armor and fortification. More artillery, so, you know, that. And Tofik hasn't picked anything. British infantry gets in the building, but Stern Pioneers going in for the corner, trying to do as much damage as possible with the least amount of pressure put on them. Only 3 guys currently fighting, and yeah, they are all shooting, but Stern Pioneers doing a ton of damage right now. Meanwhile, we got Pioneers rushing down the MG. Oh my god, that actually worked. They actually got past it. I thought they wouldn't. I thought I would get a burst off, but no. MG's forced to retreat. That infantry section, while it did push back the Sturms, I don't think it's going to live. It's going to be close, and it dies. Oh, damn, that really does suck for you. Meanwhile, on right, we got some engineers trying to take over this region. MG as well, backing them up. It looks like we have a double MG conscript. Kind of base. Nothing really different there, at least in that regard. Now, we do have a small push with British infantry on the right. Again, we have Raphael. Raphael? Whatever the hell his name is. We got Raph. Raph is trying to hold back the British infantry section. Nice job flanking with the Sturms. Now we can move this guy over here, and that's exactly what he's going to do, and kind of encircle the British infantry section. It's a really good job there. Meanwhile, the Axis do have the left point, and they have MG, stuff like that, guarding it. It's most likely the Axis will have that for a decent amount of time. Nice job with the Stern Pioneers flanking, push back to British infantry section. The British infantry, by the way, could have escaped that if they came this way, but, you know, just as a heads up, it wasn't a perfect trap. If he would have taken the wrong turn, it would have been a really bad day for him. But meanwhile, the Soviets and the Brits are just like, oh, I'll take mid. We'll grab all the munitions. We'll be good to go and get tons of resources. So, yay. Sounds great. Let's see. Grenadiers and stuff like that. Stern Pioneer focus, which worked out pretty well. Spaceman, double Sturms, and double Volk. Deathstroke going. Oh, he's lost quite a bit. He has a Royal Engineer squad in his new British infantry section, so, but he's going to lack that frontline, well, power, except for the universal carry, which can provide support. But just remember, it is a flamethrower, so while it does do damage, as you can see right here, it does do it over time, more so it's not going to be that instant win that's just going to win the day, unless it's in a building. They'll do a lot more damage. But now you have to worry about Panzerfaust, but I don't think he really cares. He's like, fine, hit me, I'll burn you to death. There's not really much in terms of forces over here, so the MG's backing them up as well. So if additional force try to come on in, the MG will probably suppress unless they get around. Flamethrower unit trying its best, but the Volk squad should win that, I would say. Flamethrower unit backing on up. The Wasps are still burning them, though. Some great hits. Meanwhile, the British are capturing the right-hand side. Does he have a Bofer? He does. I was going to say, oh man, that was bad timing on that. He literally was like, I'll capture the point and walk out and place an MG. A millisecond too early to get out of that point, and it cost you. Well, I could make a joke about, you know, possibly stuff happening a bit too early that could lead to death, but I think that's already being done with everyone else, so I'll move on from that. Well, only time will tell if that is actually true, or horribly correct. Any case, Wasp doing damage, pushing back the Sturms. More Sturms, A-Grenadiers pulling on in. That Wasp will need to pull on back, but they might get the kill real quick. Royal Engineers trying to hit as well, but they don't have the range. Wasp, unfortunately, not able to get the kill. A lot of damage being done. Wasp still very low. The MG is starting to suppress over here. And the Wasp just doing damage. Still burning him alive. I don't know, though, about that MG. If they go around the corner, they might get around it. Meanwhile, it looks like the Axis did grab the munitions. Allies are doing decently well, grabbing this point over here, making a small push. Also, Beaufort's was placed along with nice mine defenses, so he's trying to make sure that armor doesn't come up and just wreck him. 6-pounder on the field, not a bad idea. So that way, again, if the enemy has armor, you can deal with it. It's like preparing is important. And again, to those who don't know, if you have an OKW unit, expect a Panzer II early on if they have mechanized, which, oh, surprise, surprise. He has the mechanized building, but he's actually going with the 222 variant. Oh, sorry, 221, my apologies. And deploying that for resources, most likely. Not a bad idea. Let's see, Layla going with the actual 222, and Raf is, hasn't picked anything yet. Hasn't really. He has a medical back at base. Not a terrible idea, at least he heals his men, but he won't get that forward base. But, again, versing the Allies, that may not be such a detriment, because, again, the Allies are going so heavy in artillery that may be a small blessing in disguise he has in his base, because then they can't airstrike it with, oh god, the I know it's anti-tank, but Jesus Christ, this thing will actually do damage versing infantry, especially if they're grouped up. Now, we got Fallschirmjägers being deployed, most likely to try to maybe stop the Royal Engineers from capping. Conscripts pushing on in, they're at least trying to go for the decap. 222 providing support and getting the upgrade to get those additional resources on the front. Normal 221, 222 all together. So there you go. You can see the difference between the two. One has machine gun, one has an autocannon. So, you know, little different. Also, this one has this weird wiring around it, which was that done for radios? I'm not entirely sure. I'm assuming, like, I'm curious why that was done, but hey, leave it down in the comments below if you know why that was done. Royal Engineers pushing on in. We need to worry about AT grenade. I believe he has resources for it. He does. They have plenty. We don't have any AT crew yet. Not a bad idea. I want to focus on the infantry. And the Allies, at the very least, have a good chunk of territory. We also saw some mines. Again, they have plenty of MGs. So hopefully they can continue to hold that region. Also, yeah, he's going down right on the fuel. So he's being very ballsy with this. He's hiding behind the hay, that's fine, but he could go a little farther back. Maybe he's worried about a flank, I'm not entirely sure. There should be maybe a mine or two at these positions, make sure they don't get around. Enough infantry is going to mow that thing down, and yeah, that British infantry just walked to its death. Oh god, it was more of a massacre than the men of Gallipoli. Oof. But, anyway, hopefully the British learn from their mistakes and do better. Now, his infantry might be dying, but his Wasp was still doing pretty damn well at doing at least odd damage. Not a lot of kills, but damage against the Germans. But unfortunately, though, looks like we have a flank coming on in. MGs are being placed by Misko to hold this infantry back. But 222s moving on in might be a bit of an issue. Axis pushing in with the armor, but the Allies still with a Wasp. The Beaufort's on the right, but they're just completely ignoring it. All these Storms and Fallschirmjägers just coming on the side. Incendiary's gonna burn the MG. Oh my god, Storm's gonna knock out those conscripts with the PPSHs, no. With the tank hunter ability. Simply because of the fact they can't really fight that. So they're gonna pull back. Most of the army's pulling on back. Jesus Christ. This was a complete and utter devastating attack on the Allies in general. While sure, the MG's holding some things back and others not so much. Well, oh, sorry. I thought there was an MG in this region. Why are they suppressed? Are they just suppressed? Something hitting them? I don't see it. So, was Beaufort? No, Beaufort's not shooting. I have no idea, but they were suppressed. Point of the matter is, Allies are taking way more casualties in all this than the Axis by a large margin. So, we'll have to see what the Axis do next in total, like damage, or what do they do on the counterattack, because that's going to be the real kicker. Because can the Axis hold this area? Are they going to continue their advance? Like, and speaking of the Allies, what are they going to do? What are they going to bring up? They need armor, and they have a T-70 in development. That's good. But we have no other armor, and don't expect an armored car, at least from one gentleman. Does he have one? No, he went Beaufort as well. Maybe a better idea. How is this Wasp still alive? That's the big question mark. How the hell is this thing still fighting? 222 coming on the Wasp. No! It must live! Oh, the Cannon Warfare killed it. Never mind. Beaufort being placed way too close to the front. Verkenwerfer could easily kill it. Even after it's made, it literally could just fire from afar, so I don't know why. T-70 trying to come in to assist. You still have a lot of Germans fighting. Oh my god, that bundle grenade. Ooh. Number of kills. Still putting pressure. I can see another bundle grenade in their future. T-70 coming on over. Jesus Christ, this is a complete collapse of the Allies. Oh my god. They're still holding strong and have some defenses. They're right now they're saving grace. The fact is Beaufort's guarding this. Because I guarantee you if that wasn't there would be a lot of issues. We have British artillery coming down. Which might impact, well, the Allies in the region. Hopefully he doesn't come in and smack them in the head. That would be horrifying. Any case, moving on over here. We again have the sport vehicle that's giving him about 26 fuel. I'm sorry, 36 fuel per turn. Jesus, looking at the wrong side. But not bad. Again, that's going to help him with his fuel income and get additional armor out sooner. So mechanized has been built and the Panzer headquarters has been upgraded. So that means he can now deploy any armored unit in, well, this building. And then very shortly, if he gets up to 8 CP, he can deploy the Storm Tiger. The King Tiger, he still needs a medical base, which he does not have. Let's see. The other OKW player has only the Panzer headquarters. Wrong direction. You always want the main gun to face the enemy. At least, generally speaking. Oh god, one artillery shot right there. But anyway, T-70 firing some shots for Verkenwerfer coming in from the side, and a nice Panzerfaust knocks it out. Flamethrower unit fighting in mid. Once again, taking way too much damage for it to be reliably able to take that point or hold it, for that matter. British infantry holding up. At the very least, he's upgrading it. So again, I'll give Tofik that. Unfortunately, though, the conscripts are equipped with I keep seeing PPSHs. Tank Hunter equipped AT rifles. So the reason why it's bad is because they're not as great versing infantry. And versing bulk squads with SCG-44s, you're gonna have a lot of issues. A lot of issues. Now, meanwhile, we have the British taking over this left point. Good for them, at least grabbing that. Germans still holding this. A lot of ATs, so even if the Allies get armor, they're not going to just swiftly take over the point. Hopefully not. Although, they're using a lot of infantry. Oh my god, nice AT rifle shot. That's how you use it. Fight the armor, not the infantry. But I think that was more of a slow, steady crawl with the MGs, so good job there. At least keep the enemy back. Also, now we're starting to see Raf kind of bring up his forces again as he kind of goes in. Okay, it's kind of blobish. But at the very least, he's using smart blobs to micro them individually, which is why he's like grabbing this and still moving them in like coordinated effort. Also upgrade his Fallschirmjägers, so damn good job there. So, Beaufort being made in mid, I don't know why the hell you would do that. Once again, terrible spot. British infantry retreating, Fallschirmjägers might be able to get the kill if they fire long range. Unable to, MG's covering. Sturm Pioneers, Grenadiers, and Volks are taking mid. And while the Allies quickly took it over, like in a quick push, they once again didn't have like long-lasting capabilities to hold it. They have a couple MGs on the right, but the left is just completely open. Speaking of which, a lot of British infantry here. They will grab the Verkenwerfer at the very least. Oh no, the 221. No, get out of there, man. You have to get out. Oh. And I would say 20 points. 20 points, guys. He cleared the tree, obviously, so really good job there. Anyway, really good shot with Leia using, or Leia? Sure, Leia. Using the MGs to suppress all the infantry. Might be able to kill the unit before it's able to escape. That would be great. And Verkenwerfer makes it for the Allies. Damn, that's going to suck. Not a terrible unit for the Allies to get, but a more annoying unit overall. Anyway, bundle grenade going off. They are all close together, so yeah, it's gonna kill them all. Safety like this, if all the men are so close up, bundle grenades are killer. They'll absolutely destroy it, or at the very least bring down such low piece of health that will die. Now we have a Cromwell moving on in against the Fallschirmjägers. Looks like he'll push it back. Very good against infantry now, so yeah, they're gonna have to fear that. Luckily, they do have enough AT that they shouldn't have to worry. Plus, they still have some AT, not just AT units as in Verkenwerfer, they have AT units as in a Sturm Pioneer squad, so they can use that AT. Now, unfortunately, normally this building might be an issue, but if he keeps shooting it and opening up, he might be able to fire through. I know it's very It's a little bit harder to do that, but might be able to if that. I mean, like, the side's open. All right. Oswin going a little too far forward, unsupported. Hold on, there's something back here. We have a Valentine tank behind enemy lines, killing the pack. Mine would here would have been great. Panzer headquarters though might finish the Valentine, which would be incredible. Hold on. No, it's gonna escape. Something needs to hit it. Grenadiers maybe. Oh, I love this. He's doing just. They're just healing like a badass. So like, yeah, we're gonna decommission this. Oh, is there a dead tank behind us? Didn't even know. Just focus on salvaging. It's our job. We do it for you and your resources. But yeah, nice job there. Spaceman knocking out the Valentine with some well-placed mines, putting more, getting fuel. So yeah, Spaceman got himself a Panzer IV. Not a bad option, especially because again, you equipped it with the Panzer Commander, which gives it artillery, and of course, native to the commander, you get heat rounds. Also, another Panzer IV over here. Wait a second, that might be a small issue. While it's good against infantry, like against this, I think that's a better option. The problem with the Panzer IV is if they get a Firefly or something like that, that might be, or Jackson, that might be more of an issue. However, this Panzer IV does have the option for heat rounds, so it could do a ton of damage versus a normal tank destroyer, even an SU-85 or something like that, and really hold them back. A lot of British infantry coming on in. He's going to be very sneaky and to hold them back. Let's see. So far, Tofik hasn't picked anything. Rifle grenade could be very impactful. Actually, Panzer IV coming on in on the side. Going. Great shot. Tries to run him over. Last not really able to, but he immediately retreats. Seeing the battlefield not going his way. He's like, I don't have enough AT. I need to get the hell out of there. And Panzer IV pulls back. Needs some slight repairs. T-34 engaging the Panzer IV over here. Panzer IV, I would assume, would come over to help kill this, but you have to watch out for that 6-pounder. No real attempts have been made on right, but again, mines are everywhere, so that would be a very, very dicey move to do so unsupported without a minesweeper at the very least. Possibly a support gun or something like that would be very beneficial to neutralize it. Anyway, Panzer IV opening fire, misses the shot on the T-34. 6-pounder backing on up, but repositioning to fire a shot on the Panzer IV. It also misses. Volk squad's pushing on in. Mas Panzerfaust I could absolutely see in the near future. We also have a Stug anti-armor variant with a spotting scope to see long range. And if the Panzer IV can move on in, this T-34 would be a goner. MG is retreating, but unfortunately walks into Volks and dies. Royal Engineers are in mid. They have Piats, or at least one of them does, so it'll do a little bit of damage. They have enough AT grenades to cause some damage also on the Stug, but they realize not worth it. Doesn't get the decap. We have conscripts around the corner. Panzer IV almost walked into them. Remember, they also have a ton of AT grenades, so if they walk into that, they could literally be on the wrong end of a really bad set of grenades. Now, British infantry trying to take mid. VP point-wise is a little even, though I will say allies do have a small lead, so at least good job there for holding the VPs, or at least contesting them. MG opening fire, but yeah, fun fact, hitting armor, not infantry, so it's going to be a lot less effective. Like, not effective at all. Anyway, British are still fighting, though, trying to focus on the Fallschirmjägers, and unfortunately, though, for him, he has 2 more squads moving on up that are fully upgraded. Now, additional members are moving on in. It's still fighting in mid. We have something. Oh, it's at AT. Stuns the Panzer IV doesn't really do much else. So, I would say if you're trying to keep them back, that's fine. Hold on. Centaur is in mid, actually, but backed up by Verkenwerfer. That could be a bit of an issue. Verkenwerfer, though, repositioning. Panzer IV, though, moving on up. Centaur, I'm not entirely sure what it's doing. It's just standing there as the armor kind of gets closer and closer. T-34's back up after getting some heals. Verkenwerfer's operational, but Volk squads could target it and kill it. T-34 diving in. Again, some great shots on the Panzer IV using heat rounds and a Stug. Plus one last shot with the Verkenwerfer gets the kill. And we can see AT grenades in this thing's near future. But it's so low that I don't think it would stick around to really throw anything else or try to do as much damage. Nice shot with the Verkenwerfer, though it does bounce. 6-pounder, though, opening fire, and unfortunately doesn't really do much. There we go. That's some penetration right there. and the allies continue to try to take this point, but nice use of the smoke to weaken this guy's overall health. Hopefully he places a demo and then accidentally kills himself. That would be incredible. But look, it's not a bad idea. It's absolutely not. Essentially, he's like, okay, I'll, you know, hide here and then push up. But alas, the Fallschirmjäger's not playing that game. They're like, we know you're there. We're weakening you down, so that way we can just murder you from afar. Stuka is being developed by Raf. Leia is currently going with a double Stuka army. Misko currently has an S285. Really good for counteracting the Panzer IVs if used correctly. And by correctly, I mean long range. S285 needs to watch out also for these. And no, I'm not because of the Panzerfaust. As you can see, they're gone. It's actually because of the smoke. Because they can use the smoke to block the vehicle's vision and then cause havoc. So for those who don't know, this smoke ability, let's see, obscure lines in sight and disable vehicle weapons if they stand too long. Throw an S285, it has issue, move up Panzer IVs, fire from outside the smoke, and yeah, that thing's gonna have a lot of issues. Meanwhile, again, we have a British push on this, or in this region. Volks and Grenadiers pushing on in. Again, nice veterancy across the board on some of these guys. Same thing with the Volk squads, although really good preemptive grenade kind of does a bit of damage before they get on in there. 17 kills, nothing too shabby. Same thing with the Panzer IV, getting a nice shot and pushing them back. Nice mine on the way out. Nice kill on the way out. God damn, that's why I love mines. But yeah, no escape from the OKW's held territory. Though we still... Oh my god, literally nothing lives. Both, oh god, everything dies. Not really much protection versus an armor push. Panzer IV may take this opportunity. If he sees the Sexton and smells blood in the water, he'll go after it. I don't think he can really stop him. I don't see any British mines in the region. I don't really see anything that can stop him. Maybe the Verkenwerfer and maybe these conscripts that rush on over. But yeah, if only he realized, oh, okay. Well, artillery hits some Sturms, and yeah, that was a bit of an accident for the OKW, but I think he's about to get some sweet revenge. Panzer IV, though, not targeting vehicles, unfortunately, does miss the first shot. Sniper moving on in, not that one, so we're not going to see possibly a special come on in. He can still push up and still do a lot against Sexton. He's being very cautious. He does miss, and again, he's activated heat rounds, so he wants to focus on that. Centaur, though, coming in from behind. Verkenwerfer really nicely placed. And unfortunately does hit the glider's wing, but has done a good amount of work on that Panzer IV, saving, well, his buddy in action over here. Verkenwerfer repositioning, gonna hit this thing. I think he realized that. He's gonna try to reposition, realized it's too late, and yeah. He's like, alright, I'm dead. Well, there goes the Panzer IV, unfortunately. He does have a lot of fuel, so he can pretty much get anything at this point. Deathstroke has artillery and Centaur. We have a Katusha now and an S285. Conscripts, a number of, well, vetted units, but unfortunately not a lot of kills with them. Meanwhile, population-wise, we're looking at like low 70s? Oh god, no, not even close. We're looking at like low 60s, I would say, probably on estimate. Well, the Allies are currently averaging, hold on. Almost kills Katusha. Like half, oh, not, okay, a third dead. But that would have been, again, one more bomb, and that could really ended badly for it. But good Stuka barrage altogether. Damage-wise, or sorry, population-wise, yeah, the Allies easily trounced the Germans, so the Germans have to be a little more careful. Allies taking mid. Bofer is now stepping mid. Thank God they were able to defend it. Although, I'm surprised we were able to build it that quickly with the Germans counterattacking. But I assume that because this guy's to retreat all his infantry back to base and then go forward, it's a longer time before the engagements happen, since he's not kind of separating them. Also, good job with the conscripts bringing down the Stug. Someone's not paying attention, and that thing gets absolutely wrecked. Again, does a lot to infantry. And again, this building gets down to over half health removed. AT grenades just being flung at that Panzer IV, so RAF having a bad day. Luckily, with the Panzer headquarters and the Panzer IV, they pushed back the squads and the flamethrower. Let's not forget about them. Now, Volk squads are also putting a lot of pressure on the British infantry section, trying to deal out some damage and pull them back to base. Really good job there, really good play. Now, we just need this Grenadier squad to Panzerfaust and show that against a Comet, one Panzerfaust isn't going to do all that much. So Soviets still have decent defenses over here at Double MG. They're trying to put a mine, not going to work with the Sturms coming on in. Hate to break it to you. By the way, no time has passed. Definitely not a full day because of recording issues. Definitely not. Panzer Grenadier, nice idea for a flank. Unfortunately, should have kept your distance. Probably would have been able to get some shots in. Yeah, probably would have. Or at the very least could have done it here and maybe not get suppressed. Anyway, Sexton is opening fire against the mechanized, which is hopefully hurting some of these forces. Definitely hurting some of these forces. Panzer IV trying to get repairs. Stuka firing. He actually has 2, so Raf really trying to go for that double Stuka play. And you kind of whiffed it. Alright, so there goes the first one. Unfortunately, not really effective. I hear a second one. Is it going to hit these two? That would be pretty effective. Nope, never mind. Ignore that. Alright, so right now on the left-hand side, we have an MG and other things over here. They should be fine. Holding against infantry. My concern, though, would be an armor push. But British infantry, unless they do the smoke, should be fine. I do like how he has the fuel down here. A little farther back, but it's still getting fuel in for him. So Spaceman's really trying to save up. And I think I know what he got. He got a King. King is on the field going in for the Comet, which upgrade with command vehicle. A little weird on that side, just because of the fact that usually give it to vehicles of importance on the front, because it usually has negative effects that can definitely affect his performance on fighting other units. In this situation, I don't think he cares. Panzer IV getting a nice shot. Cromwell pulling back. Comet very low on health. Yep, some great shots across the board, and yeah, the British are pulling back. We have the British on the far left trying to make some headway. Again, focus on vehicles. That might be effective. But not really having much of a front. He doesn't have a ton of infantry. Deathstroke's definitely the weakest link here, though he's still holding his side effectively well, and as long as the other gentleman over here can continue to hold it, Tallflick, he should be fine. As long as he keeps putting that pressure on the right-hand side. That's really what it's going to come down to. Is because right now the Allies have mid, and they're doing a good job holding mid. They've turned the tide in terms of overall victory points, and are definitely putting a lot of pressure on the Germans. It's no longer close. I would say it's starting to get a wider gap. Also, Katusha coming on in, getting some decent hits in. I guess the idea would be a push through here, so Leia's really trying to break there. Conscripts in mass would be a perfect target for artillery. Volk squad's dying in mass. Oh god. Yeah, there goes one squad. We have a push by the King, very low on health. The Cromwell's trying to put shots in. I don't think that's a good chase. King has great front armor, and Cromwell would have trouble penning, plus all the AT support that the Germans have. Not a good idea. Firefly is a different area because, again, it can fire long range. Grumbar having a bad day with those AT grenades. Let's see. They were about to throw them and then did not throw them. I guess they hesitated a little bit. Firefly needs to pull back. Not sure why he's still there. Really, really bad, like, retreat in that regard because he's just taking a sweet, sweet time. But they did execute him. And they did try to hit the Beaufort, though I will say good brace on that. Stuka looks like actually took some damage from the Katusha. Got a kill on it. Was that the one? No, that was actually the one with kills. Now we have the one without kills. Oh boy. You got a lot of work to do. But Verkanwerf is also pulling on back. Brumbart getting those repairs after being hit with all the AT grenades. Again, they keep trying to go for this push, but the MG is right there, man. All you have to do is go this way. It's not really that big of a turn. It's just you come this way, come around, you can easily kill this stuff. Like, you even just coming this way could easily kill, like, 2 units right there. And that's a decent amount of artillery. That would be neutralized. Hell, even 3. Stuka coming in, getting a nice barrage and some of the allied infantry. Mines being placed. Holy god. Tolvik really focusing on those mines. Again, we have the Comet back up and running, trying to kill the Panzer quarters. Not a bad idea in theory because you could essentially stop him from producing additional armor. So in putting pressure on there, fine with it. I do think maybe infantry should grab this. He has enough bread and stuff like that to just sitting here. His infantry section should come over here. They should be able to hold the infantry quite effectively. And yeah, pushing up. Plus I think flares overhead because of the Royal Artillery Regiment. So yeah, he's doing a concentration barrage, breaking up that Panzer headquarters. That would be a good win. Cromwell gonna go toe-to-toe with this Panzer IV. We have the Comet as well providing support. Panzer IV needs a retreat. No way it's going to fight that in wind. So, good idea. Su-85 going on in for a hit. King Tiger about to bust through the hedges and put some nice shots on target. It's using heat rounds. Remember, Elite Armored has those amazing heat rounds doing extra damage. And doing it with the King Tiger is really impactful. As we can see here with the Su-85, that almost died in 2 hits. It would have probably died if it didn't miss and kind of still hit the ground around it. Brumbar trying to get that final shot. Would have probably gotten it if it wasn't for that big King Tiger. Katusha trying to make a break for it. AT gun trying to hold. No way it does. Where's the other AT? All the artillery is running for the hills. But they need actual AT, and I don't think... Alright, the Brits are going around. That's a bit risky, but again, hitting the nice blob here. Hopefully Katyushas can follow suit. Boffer is well hitting it. There are mines there that would stop them. King, again, I like the use of cover here, so if they hit, it could possibly hit that little train area. I think that's a train. Yeah, or like loading station? Whatever the hell it's supposed to be. Point is, it'll be hit and hopefully taken out. Comet fighting the King. King actually having trouble there. About to get heat rounds, so maybe activate that ability. 16 kills, mind you. Panzer... Oh, sorry. Yeah, Panzer IV Rafa with 24 kills. Nice use of heat rounds right there. 2 British vehicles dead. And we have a Stuka coming on in and just wipes more squads. So, Tofik went from having nearly a full population to barely anything. Great job, man. Really, really good work there. Oh my god, now he's under half. Panzer IV King continuing their advance. Not much stopping them. You have these conscripts, but there's only 2. The third one's lagging behind a bit. Not sure why Deathstroke put this there and hasn't finished it. That's a bit weird. Unless he's moving up, but I think his infantry are just standing still. Okay, yeah, they are. So he built this and he's not helping. I don't are you new to this, Deathstroke? Are you new to this game? No, you should have enough playtime to realize that stuff. So, yeah, just a bit of a whoops right there, but a lot of whoopses that kind of can lead up to a domino effect. And the Axis are definitely going to take suit. They have a King Tiger moving in, an Elephant moving in. They're getting the heavier armor. They're getting to the set where they can pretty much effectively counter a lot of what the the lighter stuff the Allies have been pumping out, and even the heavier stuff the Allies have been kind of using in a more ineffective way. Whereas I see the Axis are definitely bringing out the heavy tanks, but hopefully, well, at least with this one King that already has 25 kills, it's been doing a lot of work. Already 3 vehicles dead. Hopefully this other King can live up to it as well. That would be the hope. My cat just ran around the corner. Not sure why. Just being a cat, most likely. Brumbar getting an excellent shot, and another shot by the Kings knock out more infantry. Barely any health left on those squads. Could have been a triple wipe, but alas, not. But at least they're very low, so it's going to be a little bit of time before they come back up. British charging, not sure why. Throwing a gammon bomb? Alright, threw a gammon bomb. Let's see its effectiveness. Alright, engine has been stunned. Katyusha coming on in. Was it a pure engine crit, though? Is it going to be long-term engine damage? Nope, it's just a temporary one. So, 50 munitions, but not enough to do amazing, have amazing results. The Comet's still putting pressure. Artillery knocks that out. Nice job, I think, with your Sexton, if I'm right with that. Yeah, it's Sexton. But they need to kill the Brumbar. It's missing, unfortunately. Meanwhile, we have Axis forces in mid. We have an airstrike coming on in, I think. Or is it fire? I think it's fire. God damn it, more fire. And there's only really armor there. I guess it would technically would stop the infantry. So there's that. So, sure. Why not? Comet retreating. I don't see any mines or anything, so it should be able to get out of there. King Tiger giving chase, but also very low on health. Well, it's at a third left, but still, I'd be very cautious if the enemy has Fireflies or Su-85s. We do have at least one Su-85 on the field. The second one's being deployed now. We have a 6-pounder and a 17-pounder in mid, which will push back the Elephant. As long as they need recon, though. That's the thing. Also, he'll need armor-piercing rounds to get through this stuff to actually hit the King Tiger. But at the very least, not a bad counter. Now, a lot of the Axis are in this, like, upper left-hand side of the map, as we can see in this, like, region right here. So, what do? Well, if the Axis are here, bunched up, separate them. The heavy tanks, if together, can take a lot of hits and dish damage. Now, if you have airstrikes or something, that's great, but I haven't seen this thing actually kill a ton of armor. So far, that isn't the best route. You're going to need to separate. Right now, if Tifok can push on the right and take a lot of these resources, even hit the line from behind, he could also try to knock out, let's see, the Stuka or other artillery pieces that other players could be getting or have, which is none. But the main drive is to pull away Raf, because if Raf's king is away from the Elephant, let's say, then you don't have to worry about the Elephant guarding it, so that way you can overwhelm it. Also, it's stunned, so there goes its main engine. Hopefully you can then get around it and do some damage. Right now you have a Comet. Again, not a bad choice, especially if you have Piat forces. Katyusha doing a really good hit right there. Might get a kill if it's lucky. So close yet so far. Shuka coming in, getting some decent shots in. Comet engaging. Why are the Royal Engineers staying here? I don't know. Tifok, you're gonna have to explain to me this one, because the Piats right now could easily annihilate these troops. I love this. Fallschmiger's just coming on into support. Don't worry, we're here! Literally right on time. So they dropped in right in the Royal Engineer's path, hopefully delaying them. I think it was more the MG, but whatever the case may be, it scared them, and they ran away. Now, Panzer IV making its escape, missed the shot by the Comet, and yeah, it's going to get out of there. Vet 3, by the way. Vet goddamn 3. Now, this thing is on the front. How much munitions does the Axis... Okay, see, the Allies really don't have that much. The Axis have a ton. RAF could easily deploy some airstrikes and really push them back. The airstrikes, remember, won't hurt the 17-pounder, but it will... Oh, he's firing through it. Cool. And he's, I'm assuming, using direct fire on this option. Not a bad idea. You can still hit through it if you're lucky, but that's more likely with the PaK-43. But anyway, S-285 still getting some good shots in as well as this unit, but not enough munitions to activate a normal piercing shot ability. Otherwise, all this armor would be pretty much screwed if they could keep recon on it. Although maybe the MG would provide that. Elephant trying to move on in, but again, oh, missed the shot, but could definitely open that thing up. S-285 charging, not a good idea. 70-pounder will assist, but that thing is such is in such good health that you're very lucky you made it out of there alive. Comet watching its flank, not a bad idea. Panther took a hit. Brumbar, though, moving in to push back the infantry, which I don't understand this move. Like, you need AT, you don't need British infantry. It's not going to do anything versus armor. So you shooting bullets at a tank is not going to do much in this game. Now, I'm going to make the assumption that if someone has a heavy MG and a tank in actual war, then that could be bad. That could be seriously bad, just because of the fact like it could get inside the small area where the person's looking through, or maybe it kills the commander up top. Like, yeah, it could definitely be bad. Or maybe they get one of the lucky shots and it like goes inside and somehow kills the crew. I don't know if that's actually feasible. I play Sniper Elite. I know there's at least enough times where a sniper bullet I've shot into a tank has made it explode. So, you know, MGs might be a little more serious for them. This game, not really all that much. Bullets will just bounce off and do pretty much nothing. Unless they have an armor-piercing component to it, like armor-piercing rounds or something, and then it's very minuscule amounts of damage. Panther just charging on in. Katyusha's not moving. Really bad reaction time by Misko on that. S-285 trying to assist, might kill it. But here's the thing, that's 2 Katyushas down, and what, you're going to kill a Panther, I assume? Also 17-pounder, Jesus Christ, that the turning radius on that. S-285 final shot does kill it, but once again, even though fuel-wise the Panther would seem like a bigger loss, manpower-wise absolutely goes to the Soviets in bigger loss. Also consider the fact that that Panther is relatively new, while the Katyushas were providing a decent amount of support on the front. Also enough bombs to kill 70-pounder, nice. That makes me think that, yeah, it was a bigger loss. Also, the Axis have a ton of fuel. Allies also have a ton of fuel, but not so much in terms of manpower. So like Misko has enough fuel for it, but not enough manpower for it, so for reference. Whereas Spaceman could easily deploy another Panther. And actually he got the Jagdpanzer on the field, so someone's happy about that. King Tiger, by the way, up to 38 kills. Looks like the Axis have actually managed to retake mid, but looks like the medic squad is actually decapping it right now. I don't think they'll hold for very long. Medics aren't exactly great in terms of combat. They'll do what they can, but they're not meant for frontline combat. You can't even give them Brens and Piats. So yeah, you see that pistol? That's the best thing you're gonna get. Meanwhile, we do have a push with a Comet, though it is very weak. Surprising that they actually have the damn thing over here. King Tiger and Burnbar moving in. Most likely to counter it. Comet, very low on health. Jagdpanzer as well there. So this thing will die if they don't retreat. Again, war speed is an option. Lucky double bounce. Holy shit. See the nice stun. Comet's still in the front. Not sure why. But it does stun them, so that's good. King Tiger, though, still putting shots on target after being de-stunned. MG's over here, so they can't really push up this direction. King Tiger's getting some heals. 21 kills. Stuka doing very well. It's past the days where it missed, and now up to 39 kills. So, good shots there. Allies have a decent amount of caches, fuel, munition-wise. Still being competitive with the Germans. Germans, though, don't have as many caches, so they're down on munitions, but they're still up in fuel overall. So, not too shabby, at least with that. But the big thing right now is population. Right now, the Axis are currently low to mid 30s. Allies are in the upper 60s right now. Okay, low 70s, very low 70s, but it's still Axis are a little more favorable. They have a lot more units in, like, they have a lot more population and bigger units, but right now those bigger units are doing quite a bit of damage. Bofer, at least shooting down that plane, which is good. King Tiger, by the way, up to vet 2. Stuka inbound. Oh, Panzerwerfer, I'm sorry. Suppress the unit. 17 pounder remade. Oh, Stuka was fired. Okay, I was gonna say. Yeah, AT is gonna slowly wear that thing down. Again, you need infantry to cover, and you have none, which again is surprising. I don't understand what your game plan is. I really, really don't. You need infantry, you need stuff to heal, but I'm just not seeing it, and you're really letting your allies down. While the Germans are just constantly doing some really good pushes across the board. Again, you still have the MGs you have to worry about from Misko. Those MGs actually been decently effective at keeping the Germans back, though they are slowly advancing. Originally, what was it, 15 minutes ago, the Axis did not have control of mid at all. Now they actually have control of the majority of mid, which to the point where the Allies are barely able to even touch that point effectively. Now we, again, good bombing strike. Now we're in a situation, also, I love that the fact they have Brenz. But now we're in a situation where the Axis, as long as they hold this point, can definitely wear down the Allies. They still have the Allies have a decent lead, as we can see, but it doesn't matter as long as they keep the pressure going. That's what's going to count, is long term. Strike coming in on the MG. Heat rounds, misses, but does hit the Royal Engineers. Oh, poor Royal Engineers. S-285 getting some hits on target, but not a lot to really stop this King. Sturm Tiger, by the way, just saw that on the field. Hopefully gets a good hit in. Also, Elephant getting some repairs. Nice job having double Pioneers, because you're going to need a lot of repairs for a bigger unit like that to get up on the front a lot quicker. So, yes. Also, it may not be feasible to just rely on the mechanized buildings because, well, they could be busy with other units, or it may just take forever to get there. At least with the Pioneers, you can heal on the front a lot quicker. Is that a 70? That is way too close. Dude, you have to make sure there's an AT. Like, you need to make sure the AT gun is protected by a line of something. Putting it on the front is just going to be dumb. So, I have no idea why you did that. Meanwhile, 70 pounder getting some great shots on the Sturm, which looks like might survive. It's slowly backing out. Meanwhile, S-285 trying to hold back the King, but King's up to 3 stars of veterancy. Yeah, that's bad. And 45 kills respectively, so it's doing a ton of damage against the Allies. Right now, they're still getting some good hits in against it, but the King is still advancing and isn't taking all that much damage in the grand scheme of things. So, yeah. Gonna need to worry about that. Nice kill right there. Recon went overhead, I'm assuming. Oh! They killed the Sturm Tiger. I'm assuming it was the AT strafe. If that was the case, great use of it. Actually, you know, good shot on target. Actually killing something very valuable to the Axis. Good job. Now, you have to worry about these artillery pieces, but I'll say this once and say it again. The entire right side's open. You can send one unit to go capture all that, and you would get a ton of resources and put the Axis in a deficient area. Also, apparently, the Bofer is now using dirt as cover. Fire's coming in, by the way. In a second, Stuka's firing, I assume. Yep, there it goes. But yeah, you need something more. You need to do something, because you guys fighting head-on is not working. Like, you guys should have realized this a lot sooner, that direct attacks against these guys aren't working. If you had a marked target or something to reduce the enemy's armor efficiency, that's fine. That's great. Then you could fight head-on. But in this scenario, while you guys are doing damage, you just walk back and get repairs for the most part. Unless you get a lucky airstrike in. Like, now he has 3 Stukas, also 1 Bed 4. Jesus. So, yeah, you're going to need something to help hold him back. Again, Tolfik Knot, nice idea with 17 pounder. He used smoke for identification. Also, while the Bofers are firing, they're not exactly great recon. I wouldn't recommend them if for purely anti-air purposes. Sorry. Yeah, so if you want to get anti-air, get a Centaur, get a Zis gun, not Zis, get a Soviet half-track, maybe the American AA, though I prefer that the least out of the 3. Nice kill on the Jagdpanzer with the 17 pounder. No, I think the S-285 got it. Yeah, the S-285 got the kill. Good. You need something better for anti-air, because the Bofer, unfortunately, is not. It doesn't cut it. It just doesn't, and it sucks because I really want to, but it doesn't. Meanwhile, my cat is freaking out behind the camera. Okay. So that's fine. British infantry opening fire on the Grenadiers. Decapping the points, so at the very least they're coming back. You have a big blob of forces. Penals with Bren and conscripts with PTR's rifles. Brumbar's coming on in. Again, the biggest bane of that Soviet is that Brumbar breaking up his blobs. Firefly engaging Fallschirmjägers. I'm kidding. The British infantry section are. He's just staring at them for some reason. Double Brumbar now on the field. Elephants, though, guarding. Nice use of the Katyusha, though, on this whole area. Hitting a lot of armor. I will probably gain a lot of veterancy because it's getting some great hits in. Infantry, though, taking a lot of hits from the Brumbar. Comet coming in to support. So that's good. But yeah, Elephant needs to pull back after taking those hits. S285 might try to go for the snipe. Half-track could be a good thing for killing the recon, which I'm assuming is supporting the Elephant. But that being said, he will make sure to get out alive. Vet 3 trying to get away. Gets away. Stuka coming on in, hurting the defenses. Barely alive. They need to get those heals in now. But they're at least holding up. No, Fallschirmjägers are going to hopefully take that back. Both are actually doing some damage. Might force him to retreat. Come on, get something on there. Do you have anything? Nope. Also, Vet 5 Stuka. So, Jesus. That is not what you want. But yeah, the Axes are getting a lot of really good units vetted up real quick. So 35 kills on that King Tiger, 47 on this one. Doing those emergency repairs get it up even quicker. We have 4 Stukas on the field. I would say it's a bit spammy, but the other reason why is right now the heavy tanks are taking the hits and the Stukas are just wearing them down. And maybe the King Tiger and infantry get a kill here or there. The Allies do have artillery. They still have 1 Katyusha and I believe 1 Sexton still. With 22 kills, it's doing work, but it needs to do more. And again, I feel like drawing the heavy tanks away from where they're strongest because, again, we have Raph guarded by Leia and Leia guarded by Spaceman. They're all interconnected and together. You need to pull them away from each other in order to defeat their armies because right now, Allies are currently, well, they're in the mid-70s right now. And the Axis are pretty much near pop cap. Leia has a ton of resources on standby. Spaceman's a bit down, but also has Vet 4 King, so... But, yeah, it's one of the situations where if they can lure this King over here and then just swarm it with armor... Tofik, you have armor, right? Yeah, you have a Firefly, which, by the way, should absolutely have rocket stuff. I don't know why you don't have that. Also, finish this, for God's sakes. But anyway... You should have those. Oh, you know what? That's why that they have a ton of caches, but not enough, is because that cache isn't done. Man, think of all the resources they would get if they just finished that damn cache. Comet pushing on in, Suka coming down. Misses a lot of major targets, but does decap the point. Not a bad idea. Comet still on the front, gonna die for the Elephant, most likely. No, actually lives. I'm surprised, but the Pens Grenadiers are going straight in on the Su-85s. It's a decent veterancy in those units, but yeah, it's... Oh my god. Get some infantry, defend the line, so that way you don't have situations like this. Alright. Comet on standby, I'm assuming popping shots. Fallschirmjägers, except for the smoke, really don't have any anti-armor components. And the smoke really just delays them from shooting or blocks their sight. Not really doing too much. Allies trying to come over here, but the MG's here. Do you have Molotovs? That's a good question. Misko, do you have Molotovs? You do. So, in all honesty, get here so you're in cover, and then throw the Molotov. You might be just slightly out of range, but then you can also come over here with the penals, throw at the door. The MG can only fire one direction. If you have 2 units coming from two directions, it can't hit both. So, you just need to do one. Anyway, engineers trying to hold the line against the Volks. Volks, though, pretty much better. With the Brumbar coming on in, Jesus. That could be very bad. 6-pounder on standby, though. But, yeah, the Elephants as well pushing on in. Su-85s had to pull back and are now taking hits. We have Fallschirmjägers taking over that point. Another Stuka coming on in. They're slowly wearing down, was it Tifik's units. But Tifik still is doing decently well with overall population. When getting another Comet, will at least put them in, or at least put him in better overall army size. But... yeah, it's still a bit risk, and he needs to push this way. Like, there's so many Stukas and stuff here, you could easily go in, kill everything, and get the hell out. And it's not like you don't have recon at your disposal, you do. Remember, Deathstroke has recon. Deathstroke could absolutely deploy recon if you ask him to. Communication is key in that regard. Elephant's moving back. Also nice Katusha strikes on the engineers. Comet trying to do hits on both, but it's in that weird spot where it's not really doing all that much. Also, Panzerfaust to stop it, please. 6-pounder actually getting some good shots on the King. But it's up to Vet 5 now, and yeah, say goodbye to the Comet as it reaches Vet 5-ness and becomes king of the battlefield. Great. But Stern Pioneers are coming on over. I do like Chaos Minesweeper, so at least they know the allies are placing mines. I would still maybe place mines over here because the likelihood of him moving them over is still unlikely. But most likely another player would do that. And I don't. Yeah, he upgraded with Panzer Strike, so most likely his forces would move over, and he can't exactly detect mines. So, but yeah, so British trying to hold the line, not really much to do so. Comet could fire some pop shots long range. That's his best bet. But again, slowly the Axis are ranking up their armor, or the allies are slowly diminishing in their returns. Sexton coming on in with artillery fire, kind of trying to hit this general region. Not really. I mean, it's hurting the Brumbar a bit. Panther, I don't know what would stop him from going. Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, equipped with his British infantry with Piats. Decreases their effectiveness against infantry, but I mean, if you're that desperate, just get a bunch of Royal Engineers. That way they can also throw ET grenades. Just saying. Incendiary going on the MG, but does pull them back. Double Incendiary, actually. Let's see. For Ken, we're on standby. Fallschirmjäger's on standby. Smoke going out and additional recon, so they're really trying to identify key targets. I'm assuming for Stuka fire. Yeah, it's for Stuka fire. Inbound Stukas. Oh, God. Also, the British are pushing. They did not destroy the building, but the MG just repositioned. Plane crashed. King Tiger getting some more shots on target. Again, firing Piats, but it's only 2, so it's not going to do all that much. And yeah, you lost a unit. Bad attack. I don't attack something unless you know you can kill it or at least push it back. 2 Piat shots against a Vet 5 King is not going to push it back. If anything, you're just going to make it mad and decide to kill you, which it did. S-285 is putting shots on target, but again, the Brumbars are clearing the infantry, and something just... Oh, wait, hold on. Something just hurt it. Was the elephant, maybe? I'm not entirely sure what killed it. Oh, maybe it was the... I have no freaking clue. Panther coming in on the side. S-285 is going to have to worry about being hit from multiple angles. And also now the Sexton is under fire. Deathstroke, what the hell are you doing, man? Also, where are the mines over here? So, stuff like that. Maybe the minesweepers picked them up? But, yeah, you should absolutely have a mine over here. There's no excuse for that, at the very least. That way, the armor's pinned, and you could have hit it from long range and killed it. The Brits, again, not pushing up here, but maybe too little too late. Gam bomb being thrown. Does actually some decent damage, and the Fallschirmjägers have to pull back. Might be able to get a kill on that. That would be actually decent kill right there. Come on. Oh, I made it back alive. Damn it. Well, British will hold on to that point at the very least. We have a Comet now pushing on in, but the problem is he already... It's getting to a point now where he now has an army that can rapidly deploy over here. So that's fine. But at the very least, the King is separated. If he could focus his armor and infantry and focus on a good strike, he could take it out. He absolutely could. But doing these like hit and run tactics with one unit is not going to work. He needs all of his units, all 2 Comets and 1 Firefly with rockets, which I don't understand why he doesn't get that, or even the basic tank commander upgrades. It's really cringe. It's really just. I don't even know what to say. It's just confusing. Why so many munitions are not doing it? Anyway, MG's just trying to hold against infantry, but the problem is there's a goddamn tank over here. So, yeah, you're going to need to activate those armor-piercing rounds in order to actually do some damage, buddy. But, yeah, slowly but surely, we got Leia pushing on in with the Brumbars, which have been incredibly annoying with 27 kills. Not as much as the King, but also it's, oh, very hard to kill that thing. Unless you have sustained fire over a period of time ever since they buffed it. Meanwhile, we have British forces moving on in. King Tiger's just going to shred them. They have a couple Piats, but again, it's not that effective. It's a heavy tank, and you have, like, what, 2 Piats? I think 2. But yeah, it's just not that effective. And meanwhile, oh god. RAF is slowly pushing over here. There's a Firefly, which would be effective if he could have recon to see it. Also, so, wait, did he detonate the mine? No, he didn't. Okay. Bofer's dead, though, from all the Stuka fire. Again, there's 3 Stukas firing. And again, nice retreat pulling back to base. So that way, at least you don't get, you know, chased down or something like that. Anyway, German infantry pushing back to S-85, which will probably be pinned. Elephant going in for the kill. Again, just really slow reaction time by the Allies. They need to pick it up if they want to actually turn this tide a bit more. King Tiger is somewhat damaged in the back of the line, needs repairs. Panther going after the S-85, but once again, I don't see really anything to stop it. Elephant actually snags the kill, and the Panther will get back to base in relatively one piece. Also, we got this gentleman pushing once again over here. Raf also 1,000 manpower. Holy God. Leia at 1,400 and Spaceman at 931. So pretty good all around. MG, by the way, opening fire on the Fallschirmjägers, getting some damage. Not a ton, but still at least doing enough to suppress it and stop it from capturing the point. These Fallschirmjägers just chilling and capturing the point. But it might be a little too late. Tiflok has 85 population. The other two is 57 to 8. That's an average of 50. While the Axis are literally a population like mid-90s. It's getting to a point now where the Axis almost have twice the army the Allies do. And they have the better heavy tanks. Or the better tanks on the field. They have a Vet 5 King, a Vet 3 Elephant, and, hold on, where is that? Vet 2, almost Vet 3 units. So they're going to have to use those airstrikes very effectively and attack with everything in order to really push them back. Though it looks like Tiflok may be doing that. Now, unfortunately, Deathstroke, not so much. And Misko, a little better, but still being pushed back respectively. Again, he needs to draw them out. And right now, he doesn't have a ton of AT. So if he can get behind the lines with a Comet, that would be extremely effective. Because that would be so many Stukas and artillery pieces he could kill. Well, I want to see 3 Stukas, 4 Stukas, and a Panzerwerfer, roughly. Yeah. Panther and King moving on in. We have a strike coming on in. But once again, aiming where he was, not where he is. And right now the strike will come in on the Brumbar, sort of. It does a lot to the Brumbar, don't get me wrong. But the biggest threat right now is that King Tiger, which is literally soloing your Su-85s. So yeah. Come on, one last shot on the King. Oh, by the King on it. Nice use of heat rounds, by the way, for the extra damage. 77 kills. This King is not a joke. It is incredibly impactful, killing 5 allied vehicles in this game. Finally, we have a lot of armor pushing on in. Where's the rest of it? Okay, so we have a Comet fighting over here, 6-pounder as well. If they don't kill this King, I'm furious. This guy's near 600 munitions, and he still hasn't upgraded the Fireflies. What the hell? He could literally rocket the damn thing to death, and then literally move up and rocket this thing to death. With 2 Fireflies, abso-freaking-lutely, he could do a ton of damage. Come on, kill the King. Kill the King. Kill the King. The guard tower is causing some issues. He's charging in the 1 Comet. I would have pulled that sucker back. Because you don't exactly have a ton of manpower right now, and you can't really afford. That's 2 vehicles dead. He's not going to kill anything, is he? Oh, come on. Comet trying to go in. Okay. Wait, is that decrewed? Oh, Comet's decrewed. Oh, he killed it. Oh, wait, yeah, Panther is still alive? Oh my God, he got the kill from the grave. Good job, King is dead. Alright. Firefly killed the King. And Comet's still there, so the Allies could theoretically get that. Airstrike coming on in, will it be enough? Does kill the Panther coming on in, so that's good. So Spaceman actually lost all of his armor. It looks like a good strike on left. Again, also knocked out his King, which is good to see. I'm assuming it was a big allied push, maybe with the Su-85s and whatnot. But hey, if he weakened it, awesome. Good to see the Vet 5 King Tiger die. I don't see any other bodies, so I'm assuming it was a mixture of artillery maybe and a long-range tank fire, but not entirely sure. At the very least, they killed it, and that's both King Tigers off the field. Now is the opportunity. All right, you know there's a 2-minute window right now, 2 minutes, where you have that the enemy does not have a heavy tank. All right? Okay, just want to point that out. 2 minutes where you don't have to worry about a goddamn King Tiger. So now's the time to push, because right now, Spaceman realizes this and is getting a Panther just to have something, because all his artillery's open. You could, like, right now an armored unit could charge in, kill everything, and get the hell out. Now the question is, do any of the allies have that? Not really, no. They lost everything. Also, there's Oh, I'm sorry. It's not decrewed. It's just that. Okay, I thought it was decrewed for a second. But no. Yeah, they could do something like that. Or at the very least, they could recapture all their points. That would also be a big win. Penal troops will beat them back. The Sturms will be a bigger issue, but if they throw a satchel, maybe that'll be effective. They have enough munitions for it. S285. Oh, needs to move on. Oh, it is there. Okay, it's putting shots on the Brumbar. Getting some nice hits, killing both Penals. The question is, can they kill the Brumbar? Still a nice win for the Axis. Oh my god, there goes the S285. And now, Mist goes down to 2 units. Deathstroke has a small army, but he's getting Fireflies up. German forces are holding mid quite effectively. And we're about to get to the point where we're about to see more King Tigers, because both Spaceman and RAF have plenty of fuel munitions to do that. Now, I think RAF might be overpopulated right now, because I think it's, what, 28? So, for a King. So, I think it might just be a couple more. But, you know, he sacrificed the Volshamir squad. He's fine. Sugabomb coming on in. I'm unsure where it's coming in on. I'm assuming here to kill the infantry. But if it gets here, at least... miss the infantry and also miss the point. So... we got some infantry going on in. Again, there's MG stuff here. Without support, don't push up. Finally, he pushes in for this stuff. Now, I don't know if he heard me from the future, but thank God. That's, again, he can take the resources and finally outpace the Germans. We have a strafe coming on in on the Elephant, I believe. Can they get the kill is the question. Nice Katyushas, by the way, getting a light infantry all grouped up. Hurts the Brumbar, also kills more infantry. Great shots, reducing his overall capacity. And yeah, there goes the Brumbar. It died. Artillery came in as well. Nice. Concentration barrage. Maybe that's what killed the King. Concentration barrage. But whatever the case, Vet 5 died, and the Elephant's on the retreat. But unfortunately, we now have the King Tiger returning. So for those who wanted to be like, oh, Greyshot, you know, they still have a chance. No, they don't. As soon as Spaceman and them deployed a new King Tiger on the field, they got overwhelmed. I highly doubt the Allies have enough capacity to do another armor charge. Just put in perspective, the Allies right now are averaging upper 30s. Axis are, I believe, still at pop cap. Yeah, they're like hovering around 90. So they have almost 3 times the army the Allies do right now. Not a bad idea for the Allies to finally, you know, start, you know, wearing down the infantry and doing damage. But it's a bit too little too late. Also, oh god. Yep, barely alive. Get the hell out. Storm Pioneers might kill on the retreat. That would be amazing. Or the King does, you know, King steal the kill. Popping grenades. Grenade popped. One model at least killed. Right? We have something going off in mid. I don't know if it was a satchel or what, but it did do some major damage. Katyusha, come on, can you get a kill on that? Oh, so close to killing a Volk squad. Fire's coming down to allow him to take the point. That might do a little friendly fire action, though. It is actually doing a little bit of friendly fire action. The other King is in mid by Spaceman, doing some damage. S285 still putting on pressure. Again, Deathstroke is now down to 12 population. He's deploying another Comet. I haven't seen him do very effective plays, and he still has, I believe, yeah, he still hasn't fixed this, so god damn it. But, yeah, it's not looking good. And with the Allies down to roughly 28 points, I don't think they have the capacity to even hold the point versus all that heavy armor. I truly don't. They need to really pull out the big guns in order to do that. Elephant might be backing up, but the King Tiger is in play, killing the S285, and yeah, I'm going to say that's pretty much GG. The Allies are down to now 20. Oh, okay, Tawfik has 2 Why would you give the one a command? Okay, stop it. You're going to reduce the effectiveness of this, so even though you're boosting your infantry. Also, give men Piats, like, what? You still have 300 munitions. The fact you never gave your Fireflies rockets is still astounding to me. But yeah, it's like they just couldn't kill the armor. And when they did, it's fine, but they didn't take advantage of it because they were so depleted from doing so. Ugh. But yeah, Allies coming on in. Spaceman saying GG. I think it is GG. Yep, Deathstroke saying GG at this point. Axis Force taking over the right. And yeah. I have no idea what he's saying, but yeah, it was good play. A good play, I would say, by the Axis in terms of survivability. Great mine, by the way. Axis easily holding off the allied charge of comets. They could, by the way, I believe I have enough resources to call in an airstrike. They could. Raph easily could. That's one critique I'll give him. Could have called in more airstrikes. Nice heat rounds, by the way, doing a lot of damage to those comets. Both comets are dead. One remaining. Piot's on standby to hold, but yeah, it's not enough. Maybe it will take the point, but it won't matter. Also, upgrade with artillery, so you can just drop it in front, so you don't have to worry about it. Like, god dang. Alright, damage-wise, we're looking at Misko with most damage. 98,000 damage. What the hell was he doing? I'm assuming it's SU-85s. Although his conscripts were doing quite a bit to armor as well. Yeah, 50,000 damage. So at least he was doing work. They did a lot of damage. They didn't get a ton of kills. That's the main critique I have, is they didn't... Like, the airstrikes got some, but they didn't, like, put the hammer down on, like, the King Tigers and Elephant. Like, I believe that Elephant survived the entire game, I want to say. Spaceman, by the way, thank you for submitting this replay. It was a good game. Allies definitely could have done a lot better. King Tiger, top damage and kills for Spaceman. Good job there. Yeah, Vet 5 King, always definitely props. Yeah, it never died, so nearly 24,000 damage for the Elephant. And Raph had his King as well. 44 kills, not bad. Again, even it didn't beat the Vet 5 one, but still, not bad. Also, remember, we had a Vet 5 King. I'm sorry, Vet 5 King with a Vet 5 Stuka, which is also pretty astounding in my book. A Vet 3 Elephant, and some Vet 5 Volk. So a lot of Vet 5 are highly rated forces. We're engineers, Katusha with, by the way, 25 kills. And Tawfik kind of had a brand new army for the most part, except for one British infantry squad. Yeah, like I said, I think this was a matter of attacking through a different angle, spreading out the Axis armors so that way they're weaker separately, and you can capitalize on it by reducing their fuel income and munition income. But yeah, not a terrible game, but I do think the Allies could have done better. I think they threw in the towel about halfway through. They were doing so well, and then they just couldn't deal with the armor, but they kept charging the same way or kept attacking in the same vicinity. Again, and that when they did do the big flank, they didn't upgrade. Like, why didn't you upgrade your troops? Like, you had so much munitions. It's astounding to me. Also, no AVRE. Really need AVRE. But in any case, what do you guys think? Leave it down below. This has been Greyshot17. I'll see all of you next time. Hello everyone, this is Greyshot. Before you go, I want to give a special shout out to my patrons, these awesome people that include Jakub, Ace, Ion, JustThomasPlays, Ollie, Pyroshark, Joey G240, and Milam. Thank you all so much for your incredible support. You guys are amazing. Same thing with my patrons down below. You guys support the channel so much, and I wouldn't be here without you. This has been Greyshot17 and his amazing patrons, and I'll see you all next time.